I love doing that. Hi, I am calling to order the Wednesday, March 19th, 2025 meeting of the City of Smithville's Historic Preservation Design Standards Advisory Committee. Oh. Oh, that is just so awful when you hear yourself talk. Um, and I am so excited to see this many people in the room. Almost every single meeting, I sit here and go, well, I'm glad there's so many people interested, but very sarcastically. So this is wonderful. Thank you. And we are losing one of our members at 6 o'clock sharp. So we're going to try to keep things moving along so that Victoria can hear everything that's going on today. And yeah, especially since she's taken the minutes, that's important. But first, before we start, we're going to introduce ourselves briefly. I am Monica Poss. I am the chairperson of the committee. I'm Bonnie Joplin, and I'm vice chair. Can you hear us?
My name is Victoria Allen. I have a business on Main Street and I'm the secretary.
I'm Luisa or Lupe Nahar, and I'm a Southside community.
I'm Walter Winslet. I'm an at-large member of this committee. I also have a building on Main Street and a store that we operate at 218 Main.
Thank you, everyone. Before we get going with the announcements, well, I guess this is a little bit of announcement. So Louisa is a Southsider and a new committee member, and I believe she is our first Southsider. So we're very happy to have her. I mean, the at-large members represent everyone, but it is lovely when we see a distribution of residences throughout our town. And in fact, we might have another spot on the committee opening up in the coming months, and we would absolutely love anyone who has interest in the history of Smithville, architecture, art, design standards, who loves Smithville and lives in city limits to apply. Oh, yeah, he loves Smithville, but he doesn't live in city limits. He doesn't live it that much. So anyway, we'd love to see somebody else from the South Side apply for any new openings here. All right. Item number 2, announcements, presentations, proclamations, or awards. I don't think we have any. Anyone? Okay, we're done with that one. Discussion and action on the January 22nd, 2025 meeting minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to review them? Does anyone, so how many people have not seen the minutes? 1, 2. Well, we do have enough of us who have. So does anybody have any changes? The 4 people who've read them? Do I hear a motion? Do I hear a second?
Yes, I moved that we accept the minutes.
And I second.
Meeting.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Now the meat of the meeting, section 4, discussion and possible actions on recommendation for Southside Pride historical markers presented by Alta Yvette Alexander and residents. Ms. Alexander, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Historic Preservation and Design Standard Advisory Committee, for allowing me to address you this evening. As previously mentioned, I am Alta Yvette Alexander, a proud Smithville native who has returned to her hometown with the mission of uplifting and celebrating Smithville's rich culture and history focusing on the South Side. I've been excited to spearhead this South Side History Project in Smithville alongside our incredible Smithville City of Smithville staff, in specific, Jill and Jose. Our primary focus has been to implement effective strategies that propel us forward while delivering the best programming possible. We've opted to do this through historic landmark identification. Okay, but I'd be remiss if I did not say thank you to all those Smithville Smithville South Side community group members, particularly those who were on the advisory committee, which please raise your hand if you're on the advisory committee. Actually, there are three on that advisory committee. Thank you all so much. They have been a godsend. And also, of course, city staffers, City Manager Tamble, and Mayor Forrester. Without their support, I would not be standing before you today. But without further ado, I am going to jump right in it, starting with Mount Pilgrim. Okay, and I know you all have extensive information that you have read previously. So I'm just going to kind of hit the highlights, particularly given the time constraints that we're under right now. So Mount Pilgrim, historic significance. From its inception, Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church has played a pivotal role in the lives of its congregants, offering refuge and a gathering place during a time when such space was sacred for African Americans. Located at the corner of Southwest 5th and Walker Street, even today, it's still there. The church's historical significance is further underscored by its continuous evolution. From the construction of its first building to its current structure, completed in 1914, the institution was officially incorporated just a few years ago, November 12th, 2020. Reflecting the community's determination and resourcefulness, Mount Pilgrim has not only endured, but thrived, adapting to the needs of its congregation, undergoing numerous renovations and expansions, ensuring its relevance is a vital part of the community. Notably, in 1914, it became the pioneering church designed in a theater-style layout. As I understand it, it was like the only one or one of few. So if you have not visited, please do so. I'm going to skip to the conclusion. Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church is a vital part of Smithville's narrative, representing the struggles and triumphs of African Americans in the region. Nearly 125 years old, more than just a building, Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church is a sanctuary of faith, a beacon of hope, and a historical landmark that continues to shape the cultural landscape of Smithville. And we ask that you vote in favor of a landmark for Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church. Okay, and question?
Just to clarify for everyone, I've asked that all three properties be presented, and then we will open everything up for public comment. We'd love to hear from you once she is done.
Okay, now we're going on to Mary A. Brown. The Smithville Colored Schools have a rich history that reflects the struggle in educational equality and the resilience of the African American community in Smithville. Established in 1896, these schools served as a vital institution for the education of Black children in the area, adapting and evolving through decades of change. The first Smithville Colored School was constructed in 1896. It had a modest 2-room wooden frame building. By 1912, the school expanded to include additional classrooms reflecting the growing demands of education. In 1924, the original wooden building was dismantled and its materials were repurposed, which I love, for the new Rosenwald building. The establishment of the Rosenwald building marked the significant advancement in educational facilities featuring a porch, a large auditorium, and numerous classrooms. Despite systematic inequalities, the school fostered academic achievements. In the mid-20th century, that brought about the change of separate but equal policies, but those began to dissolve. And the Smithville ISD initiated gradual integration, allowing students from Mary A. Brown High School to enroll into Smithville High School in 1964, 1965, my years. Following the closure of Mary A. Brown School in 1968, the buildings were repurposed for various community programs. Today, the site of the former Smithville Colored School is utilized by the Smithville Independent School District, their Tiger Academy, and also their district alternative education program. The institution was recently home to the Smithville Workforce Training. So it's undergone a lot of different changes, but all those have been significant to the growth and development of Smithville. In conclusion, the Smithville Colored School stands as a symbol of the determination and preservation of the African American community in Smithville. Their legacy is a testament to the importance of education, equality, and resilience in the face of adversity. Recognizing this site with a historic designation marker honors the contributions of countless individuals who fought for educational access and quality in Smithville. Okay. The last landmark that we're looking at is Colorado. And I know you will look at it and say Colorado, but it's pronounced Colorado. Colorado Baptist Church, okay? So you'll hear me say that. The Colorado Baptist Church is a significant historical landmark in Smithville, Texas. Its originally date back to the post-Civil War era, reflecting the resilience and determination of freed slaves who sought both spiritual and educational opportunity in their new community. Following the end of slavery, a small group established Colorado Baptist Church, which served dual purposes, one for worship and the other for the community's children's education. Today, Colorado stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of faith, resilience, and community spirit in Smithville. Its history reflects the broad narrative of the African American heritage in the region, showcasing the commitment of its founders and members to educate and grow spiritually. Born from Colorado was both Mount Pilgrim, which I spoke about earlier, and also Friendship Baptist Church. While Friendship Baptist Church is not operational anymore, of course, we know that Mount Pilgrim is. And so Mount Pilgrim manifests Colorado's Baptist Church ongoing commitment to mission work, community service, and spiritual growth among its congregation. We're asking for, when it comes to Colorado, something a little bit more unique. We would like to request a unique recognition for Colorado Baptist Church, which has been an institution with deep historical roots, a significant cultural importance. And because as it stands right now, the ownership of that particular property is underway. Haven't really determined exactly who owns that as it stands right now. It is outside of the city limits, but there is development that is going on. So I think that it's going to be okay for us to at least recognize it with some type of a historical recognition. Let's see. in light of these factors, I respectfully request that the HPDS committee endorse an honorary historical recognition for the Colorado Baptist Church significant contributions to nurturing and guiding the spiritual community on the south side. This recognition would consist of a written statement, which I have prepared for each of you, and you can read it at your leisure. Okay. Oh, you want me to read it? Oh, okay. Okay, in recognition of its enduring legacy and significant contributions to the community, we proudly honor the Colorado Baptist Church for its pivotal role in the spiritual and cultural development of Smithville, Texas. Since its establishment, the church has served as a sanctuary of faith, a gathering place for fellowship, and a beacon of hope for countless individuals and families in our community. The Colorado Baptist Church has not only nurtured the spiritual lives of its congregants, but has also played a vital role in promoting unity and resilience within the community. Through its outreach programs and commitment to service, the church has fostered a sense of belonging and empowerment, inspiring generations to strive for a brighter future. This honorary recognition signifies our appreciation for the church's historical and architectural significance, as well as its unwavering dedication to the values of love, compassion, and community service. We commend the Colorado Baptist Church for its remarkable contributions and look forward to its continued impact on the lives of those in Smithville. And it's dated today, it's dated for April 19th, 2025, which is going to be the day of the Unity event. Okay. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Before anybody on the committee asks any questions, do we have anyone signed up for public comment? Oh, well, then don't sign up. Just come on up.
Good evening, Commissioner. How y'all doing tonight? Thank y'all so much for allowing us to be here tonight to present this very important information to you for you to consider. I will start out by saying in 1956, I burst through the door of Mary Brown School and was put in the capable hands of Miss Ada Mae Jones. She's my first grade teacher. And I went to Mary Brown School until 1964. And we was transferred to Smithville High School. I'll give you a few facts. I am the first helicopter pilot who attended Mary Brown High School from Smithville, Texas. I am also the first pilot who attended Mary Brown School who removed the statue of the Goddess of Liberty from the top of the Capitol building in Austin with a CH-47 helicopter. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I'm also the first pilot who attended Mary Brown School who was employed at Starflight as a rescue pilot and emergency evacuation pilot. In addition to that, I am the first chief pilot who attended Mary Brown High School who worked for Starflight. And I'm also the first director of aviation operations who attended Mary Brown High School and worked for Starflight. With that said, on a more serious note, growing up in Smithville, Mary Brown was the heartbeat of the south side of this community. I mean, if you had the silliest play going on, which I was in one of those plays, thanks to my sister, and the whole south side, the whole community would turn out to attend these events. It was the heartbeat of the community. And when you walk down the street on the south side, the people would say, "What grade are you in?" They would offer you a little gift. It may be a quarter, it may be 50 cents, but it's still a great sense of pride in the community. And so I went away for 47 years. Married my wife, Carla. We had kids, had a good time. And when I retired as the Director of Aviation Operations from Starflight, guess where I moved back to? The Smithville area, and we bought a place 2 miles and south of the river from where I was born and raised. So please consider this. Mount Pilgrim Church, Baptist Church, another heartbeat of the south side of the community. It didn't matter whether you was a member there or not. When you had a loved one who needed to be buried, if you needed prayer, whatever you needed, all you had to do was request it, and they would take care of it. And Mount Pilgrim was a spinoff from Colorado Baptist Church. So all of this ties in together. This is why these were the three major locations that were selected to receive the first of what I hope is not the last of these historical markers. Thank you very much.
Would anyone else like to speak?
I'd like to say something on behalf of Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church. My name is Eric Culberson Senior. I'm the son of the former Judge Clarence Culberson. And I was born and raised at Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church. Ever since I was a baby, I went to that church. And like my uncle was saying, whenever there's a loved one that passed away in this community, Mount Pilgrim welcomes anybody. In fact, we have a funeral this Saturday and the next Saturday. And the funeral this upcoming Saturday, this lady was never a member of Mount Pilgrim. But, you know, her family needed some church that could accommodate the size of the crowd that's going to be there. But Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church is part of who I am. I remember back in the 60s, Smithville was a much different town. It was racially divided by the railroad track. And Mount Pilgrim was always a safe place where I could go and my family could go. So on the behalf of Mount Pilgrim Church, and I'm a deacon there, and like I said, I live in Austin, but I still drive back and forth to participate at Mount Pilgrim. I just, you know, it would be worth having Mount Pilgrim as a historical landmark. 'Cause like I say, it has meant so much to this community for so many years. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, he's not shy.
I'm Jim Horton, and I'm on the south side for 15 years with a community garden, along with Judge Jones and a few other folks. We got it going. It started at Mount Pilgrim. That was the first community garden in town. And then in terms of the Colorado Church, we went out and looked at that. It's pretty amazing, even in its deterioration. But I've seen dance halls that got Texas history designation that were a lot worse than that. And this is worthy of that honorable mention, if not a solid one on its own.
And I just want to clarify something in case there's anybody out there watching on YouTube. Colorado Baptist Church is up for an honorarium, not a historic marker, for several reasons. One, it is not in city limits, so there's a question of whether we can really grant it one. Part of the property is in the Smithville ETJ, however, it just cuts across one corner. And it is in our larger plan area, and it does have a lot of significant contributions to the community. So we just wanted to make sure that nobody thinks that an honorarium is any attempt to slight Colorado Baptist Church or its contributions. It's not That's not it at all. We can't put a marker on a building without the owner's permission, and we haven't been able to identify the owners. So there were a lot of factors in play here. Do any of the committee members have questions or comments? Okay, well, I'm a talker. I just wanted to say one thing about Mount Pilgrim. So shortly after I moved to Smithville, I went to a presentation where there was it was a Black History presentation, and there were a number of members of the community, the broader Bastrop County community in Bastrop. And I stood up and said, you know, I'm new to Smithville and it seems like such a white town. If I want it, because I live on this side of the tracks, I said, if I want to meet people of color, where do I go? And the whole panel was quiet for a minute. And then someone got up and said, well, you need to go to Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church on Sunday morning. And I've been a handful of times and have found it an incredibly warm and welcoming community. So thank you for anyone here who represents them tonight. Do I hear a motion? Let's take these one at a time. I make a motion that we, I make a motion that we, give Mary Brown, School a, historical marker. I'm going to amend that if possible, that we recommend to City Council approval
Thank
of a
you.
historic marker for Mary A. Brown Primary School. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, let's address Mount Pilgrim Baptist Church next. I need a motion.
I move that we recommend to City Council historical marker for Mount Pilgrim.
All right, I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, the next one's a little tricky, so watch how you phrase it. Who wants to make a motion for Colorado Baptist Church? I've never figured out if the chair is allowed to make a motion.
I don't know how to word it.
I move that we recommend for an honorarium and agree to sign the recognition as presented tonight for Colorado Baptist Church.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I think that's it. All right, and I just really hope that we see more proposals from the South Side if it means that somebody actually shows up to our meetings. So thank you. All right, our last item is, actually, I have a question for Jill. It was requested that somebody from HPDS sign this, the recognition, honorary recognition. But should that really be somebody from HPDS or somebody from City Council? Because City Council makes the ultimate decision.
Sorry, is that on? Okay. So I think I would like to defer that to Jennifer and confirm. I think you're right, probably that it should be City Council that signs it. Probably make it the mayor sign it is what I would recommend. But I think we can, that's something that we can work out the details before City Council meets to make sure that whatever it is, whoever should be the signer can be is the right person to sign if that works.
Thank you, Jill. All right, let's move on to the last item, which is discussion and action on Historic Preservation Month resolution. which Jill and Jose have provided to us. Has everyone had an opportunity to read that? Does anyone have any comments about it or questions? Okay, nobody's got anything to say today. Well, I guess none of this is controversial. Can I hear a motion?
Oh, okay. So I do need to, I need a correction. Thanks, Yvette. It's actually April 25th. I wrote it, I typoed there. I have a 24. So I'll make that correction before I hand it over to Jennifer.
All right, well, then I will make the motion that we recommend for approval to City Council the National Historic Preservation Month proclamation as presented to the committee in our package.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Does anyone, before we adjourn, does anyone have any other business they'd like to propose for a future meeting? Jill, at the last meeting, I think you were gone. We talked about discussing whether or not to recommend any more teeth to what it means to be in the historic district, the residential district, not the business district.
Okay.
And just to discuss that as a committee openly and see if we wanted to make any recommendations to council. So let's put that on the next agenda. Thank you.
Gosh, is our next meeting still April 26th? That's what I have on my calendar. April.
Yeah, so this week, typically the committee meets quarterly, so we move this up unless there's business that needs to happen. So if there's no business that comes in April, then we won't meet in April. I did have a question if you want to get back to our regular quarter or if you want to count 3 months from today.
April, May, June. Let's count 3 months from today. It's just so crazy hot in July.
That's fine. So the next meeting would be June unless something comes up. If there's a COA comes in or there's another, a city marker program might, now that this is a deal, maybe there's other people who would want to do some more city markers. So, all right, awesome.
All right, thank you all again. Meeting adjourned.